It's tough being a new realtor. I think back to when I was a new realtor and all the struggles and trying to figure out what to do and what strategies are the best and who do you speak to. It was just all overwhelming. Really, really overwhelming. So I wanted to do this video today a little different. I'm in my office still. I don't have the same background. There's not all the lights and everything. I just wanted to basically quickly record this because I see coming into 2024, as a new realtor, it's going to be a struggle. You're in a changing market. There's going to be tough times figuring out what you need to do. And I've been there. I've been through all different types of markets. And I was a brokerage owner for 8 years as well. And seeing the struggles realtors have and talking with realtors every day online and, seeing what they have to say, it's all the same. And everybody's just trying to figure out what they need to do in order to generate business. So I'm here to help you along the way, avoid some mistakes to make, especially the mistakes that I made, so that you do not do the same and you can have successful I can't even talk today, real estate career. This isn't edited. This is straight from the hip. So here we go. And hopefully you can get some value out of this one. So if you haven't been to my channel before, I am Shawn Bell. I'm a social media coach for the Wolfpack at eXp Realty. And I'm also the founder of the Realtors Blueprint, which is a platform I put together and that helps realtors to generate nonstop leads through Facebook ads. I was also a realtor for 18 years. And as I said, a brokerage owner for 8. I saw so many struggles of new realtors. I found it was tough for new realtors because generally they didn't have anyone that they could go speak to and bounce ideas off of because those other realtors thought they were going to steal business from them, which seemed so strange to me. There's more than enough business for everybody. I didn't get it, but anyway, it is what it is. So that's why I'm here to hopefully help you out. So here we go. So number one is trying to do everything. As a new realtor, I get it. You're trying to find the best strategy for yourself. You're doing a bit of everything, seeing what's going to stick on the wall. But I found those that do everything, they're likely not focused enough on the one thing that's actually going to generate business. So what do I mean by that? If you're doing 10 different things, you're doing 10 different things and therefore they're all being done not 100%. I guess if you're doing 10 things, you could say you're doing 10 things at 10%. Now, if you're focusing on one or two strategies, you're going to be giving 50% to each strategy and therefore it's going to get a lot more time and effort. Everything will work. No matter what you do, if you put enough time into it, it will work. You just need to find the strategy that's going to work the best for you. Is that door knocking, cold calling, social media, Facebook ads, flyers, whatever it is? Pick the one strategy that speaks to you the most, or two strategies, and become the master at them. So you don't need to be doing 10 different things thinking, well, I'm going to try them all and see what works the best. Because what I found is whatever you put more of your time and energy into, is what's going to get you the best results. And the thing that you put the most time and energy into is the thing that excites you the most. If you have 10 different things and 2 of those things excite you the most, which ones are you going to do first? And which ones are you going to put more attention behind? Because you're actually excited to do them. Whereas if number 10 on the list is nothing exciting to you whatsoever, for me, that was door knocking and cold calling, then I'm going to put no time and energy into them. I'm just going to keep putting them off. So find the strategy that's going to excite you the most and just become the master at it. Don't be trying to do everything because you're not going to do a good enough job and therefore it's all going to fall apart. Number 2 is being consistent. If you watch any of my prior videos, I always talk about consistency. To me, consistency is number 1. I teach a lot about social media. I teach a lot about Facebook ads, and consistency is always the number 1 thing, whether a realtor sees success or not. And I found it relates to everything. Again, whether it's door knocking or cold calling, it's always consistency. Because what most realtors will do is they'll find a strategy and they'll try it for a bit, maybe a month, and then they give up, being like, well, this didn't work. I got nothing out of this. I quit. Where the ones that do have success, they keep pushing and they go, I'm going to keep doing this and keep, revamping and reevaluating and doing more of it. And those are the ones that win because nothing's going to give you instant gratification, which we all want. You're not going to get it. But as long as you put in the time and effort and keep doing these things over and over and over and are repetitive with it, eventually it's going to come around and it's going to start to work. So the good thing for you to know is no matter what strategy you pick, a lot of realtors are going to start doing it and then they're going to give up. If you're the one that keeps pushing forward and keeps doing this strategy, eventually it's going to work for you and you're going to be a part of the successful ones, which is the few that actually make it through and get business from this. And then from there, it's just a matter of being consistent with that same strategy. Just basically rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. I know it's maybe not the most exciting thing, but when you find that strategy you actually enjoy, for me, it was social media. I had fun creating social media. It took me a good year or two of consistently posting until I generated business from my social media. Now, majority of people would give up after a month or two. And I just knew it was something that was going to work. So I kept doing it. It was something I enjoyed. And guess what? Over time, it did work. And then everybody was going, well, you got lucky, or how's it working for you? And this is so easy to you. They didn't see that all the time and effort put in before that. So again, just be consistent with no matter what you do, keep pushing forward, and eventually it will come around. Number 3 is making excuses. A lot of realtors like to make excuses and say, well, it's because of the economy, or it's because of this, or the sudden downturn in the market of why I'm not busy. And I can tell you, after being through every type of market, through the hottest market ever to the lowest of the low, and being in a recession for 8 years, it does not matter the market. It is all up to you. If you get out there and you find new strategies and you don't let the media or anything get in your mind, because if you listen to that, it's going to feel like the world is ending tomorrow, and you just make up your own chapter in your life and write the chapter yourself, you're going to succeed. So if you come in with that positive mindset, knowing, well, yeah, I mean, sure, there's crappy stuff happening out there, but if I'm going to put in the time and effort and put in the work for this, then it's going to work. And I know this is going to work for me. Even in a recessed market, I was lucky enough to still rank in the top 1% across Canada, while other markets were booming and we were going through a hard recession where prices were down like 30%. How was I able to do that? Well, I didn't give up. I kept doing new things, trying new things, where there was other realtors sitting on their hands saying, well, this isn't as easy anymore. I'm going to wait until things return back to normal, which what the heck is normal? And eventually they ended up leaving the industry because that never did happen. Whereas those of us that were willing to adapt, try new things, come up with new strategies, we succeeded and we stayed in the business. So there is no excuse. If you are new into the industry, this is actually the perfect time. I always told realtors, if there was a changing market, maybe it was coming into a down market and you were a new realtor, perfect time to be joining. If you're joining when the market is booming and all of a sudden then the market goes down, you don't know what to do anymore. Whereas if you can come in and grow your business in a tougher market, now you've been through it. Now you have the strategies, knowing going forward what you need to do if there ever is a changing market again. So like I said, stop blaming everything else. There's no excuses. Just get to work, and there's more than enough business out there because people are still always needing to buy or sell no matter the market. It's just a matter of if they're going to choose you or somebody else. Lastly, I just want to leave you with one last tip. There's the 80-20 rule, they call it in real estate and all the industries. There's always the 80-20 rule where they say 20% is doing 80% of the business. After seeing everything I've seen in real estate, after my 18 years, I'm a firm believer that in real estate, it's more like a 90-10 rule, where there's 10% doing 90% of the work. And I know that sucks to hear, but it's the unfortunate reality of it. It's because most of the people are not willing to put in the time and effort to do everything that I talk about in my videos. They think there are good ideas, but then there'll only be 10%, maybe even less of you that actually implement them. Or you'll implement them and do it for a bit and then give up because you're like, well, it's not working. And you don't want to put any more time or effort into it. This is where the 10% come in. The 10% are the ones that don't give up. They keep pushing forward. No matter the market, they keep learning new strategies. They do new things. They stay consistent with whatever strategy they pick, and they just keep doing it over and over and over again. It doesn't need to be complicated. It's just a matter of putting in the time, putting in the effort, and not giving up. So this is my challenge for you, is to stay motivated, do not give up, and become that 10%. If you really want to become the 10%, you will. If you believe you cannot do it, you won't. So you need to have that mentality that you can get there. Trust me, hugest introvert person growing up in the world. I know now if I can do it, Literally anyone can do it. It's just a matter if you have the drive or not. So if you do, amazing. Best of luck to you. And if you do want to get started, like I said, I am an expert in Facebook ads. I have a free guide. If you do want to get started to generate some leads immediately today, you can do so with Facebook ads. So all you have to do is comment down below, down there somewhere, with free guide. Actually, let's comment with Facebook ads. Comment with Facebook ads. And if you do that, I will send you my free guide. You can get rolling with Facebook ads. And please, if you have any other questions or comments, make sure to put them below. Happy to answer any questions you have. And if this was beneficial, I would appreciate if you could give me a like, hit that subscribe button, also hit that bell so you're notified of any future videos. And I thank you again. Best of luck to you in 2024 as a new realtor. And I can't wait to see you in my next video. Take care.